Jack went out like a beast in this latest chapter of Black Clover. Even though he is facing death, this man had Black Air Force energy even to the day that he died, because this man was dying and he still put a much bigger impact in this war. His last attack has benefited everyone and showcased the strength that he has, which honestly foreshadowed in the beginning of Black Clover when we first got introduced to him. And the respect level for this man went skyrocketing, because even a dying Jack still wants all the smoke. This man died while fighting, and you have to respect that. Even though the chapter is all about Jack, we still continue where we left off when we see that summoned the spirit of Zephyr, and he was able to cut one of the antlers off of Lucius. As Lucius was able to block the sword and stated that since he absorbed Lucifero, he was able to gain strong physical abilities, so attack like this cannot reach him so easily. Then he goes on ahead and he tells like, hey, that Neverland attack, how long can you maintain it? Because it cannot be maintained for that long. And then we also focus on the end of the chapter, while we see that Meroleona is actually fighting against Morris, and while she's battling against Morris, Morris was able to erase and destroy one of her arms, so Meroleona only got one arm. So which means that she is just like her brother, and we're probably going to suspect her to probably have a firearm to honestly help her assist while battling against Morris. But the interesting thing is she's going to turn into Mana herself, because we saw in the last arc when she was fighting against Lucifero, the battle was so intense to the point where she actually turned into Mana herself, because she just kept on battling and fighting against Lucifero. She just slowly just started phasing through Lucifero. So we probably might see this play out as well. So we focus back on Jack. As Jack noticed that he's actually dying, he started to have a flashback of his life. And he started to flashback about the time that he actually met Yami and Morgan. And when he actually met Yami, he actually has a scuffle with Yami while Yami released one of his dark magic to push Jack away. And Jack realized that if Yami was actually serious, he would have taken out his left eye. But then Morgan has appeared and he starts scolding Yami, because he was telling him like, hey, you need to be more nice. You need to be more friendly with the Magic Knights. And also too, you need to stop trying to start fights with people. As Yami replying to Morgan like, hey, he started it. But then Jack actually hears his other squad members that, hey, the Grey Deers, they have tremendous and mystical Magic Knights with powers. Light magic and dark magic, that is unheard. As we see that Jack is kind of like unpressed. And then we focus back on the present, as we see Yami is actually attending Jack and making sure if Jack is like alive and well, but he knows that, Jack is actually dying, but he's trying to make sure that Jack is kind of like okay, because he's staring at Morgan, because Morgan is after them. So Morgan starts talking reckless as he's saying that with my light, I will send you straight to heaven, as he shoot a beam of light. But then Jack, he woke up and he says, until now, I have been slashing and ripping and slashing and ripping and using and honing my blade. This is my final attack. I will sever and cut through everything, as Jack summons all of this strength that he has left for his final attack, as he lifts up this last arm that's still intact to his body, as Morgan is shocked to see that Jack is still alive, as Jack summoned this giant clash of a blade cutting through the ground and actually making a huge explosion, as the blade and the shockwave was able to cut the earth and some of the angel guardians that the Magic Knights was having a hard time defeating, as everyone is in shock and surprise and stunned how this shock wave of a slash was able to get there that far, that long, and that powerful. As Jack, he says, Yami, my final slash, as Yami says that it pissed me off, but it was awesome, Jack. But then Jack says his last final words, as he says, my only regret was that I was not able to personally slash you up. And then Jack collapsed to the ground. as we see that Yami is looking at Morgan as he is pissed off because he says that you ain't the Morgan that I know anymore. As Morgan is saying that my heart ache, but yet more and more people will die, but it will be okay. You will be reborn again and we will all be happy. As we see that their battle is about to begin, as we see the Paladin Morgan versus Yami. As Jack's grimoire disappear and turn into dust, Jack is no longer with us. And that's just pretty much it what we got from this latest chapter of Black Clover. And this chapter was incredible. It was a great send-off to a great character named Jack, but some people they probably predict that Jack might turn into a paladin later on in this battle. We probably might see that. We don't know yet for sure. But let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter, because this chapter was pretty amazing. It was kind of sucked though that Jack died and how he actually died, because man, Jack got done dirty. But he was able to kind of like turn it around a little bit and to see like he actually went out like a boss. But let me know down in the comment section, do you guys still think that Jack was done dirty? Because I still kind of think that Jack was done dirty. But let me know down in the comment section. But if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monto Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.